Yes, welcome. In the third video on vocabulary, this is the last video on vocabulary. Before our discussion, let me remind you, I talked about vocabulary in the earlier two videos. In the first video, I explained overall idea about vocabulary. In the second video, some of the aspects I discussed in detail. First of them was active and passive vocabulary, then spelling and pronunciation, part of speech, antonyms and synonyms, and the last one was collocation. In this third video, I am going to talk about the remaining three aspects of vocabulary. First of them is usage of words. The second will be phrasal verb. And the last is commonly confused words. Let me begin with the first one. Usage. When we talked about word, then what is the usage of word? Simply it is understood as the way words are used. Different words are used for different meanings. Or even a single word is used for different meanings and it must be used in different context. As I have taken example, but before that, before the discussion of examples, let me tell you, technically it is called literal meaning and metaphorical meaning. Whatever it may be, but we have to understand how to play with the words. And the example I have taken are 5 examples. In all 5 examples, I have used single word which is important. The word cool. For example, the first sentence is Mahabaleshwar is a cool spot. When I talked about Mahabaleshwar as a cool spot, obviously I am talking about ceiling weather of Mahabaleshwar. And in that context, the meaning of the word cool is expected. But the same word is used, and when I say Pune is a cool city, definitely it is different from the first one. I am not talking about Pune city and its weather, but I am talking about Pune city and its suitability to live life. And the expectation is it is a peaceful life. So in this context, the word cool is nothing but peaceful. That is different from the first one. In the third sentence, I said students are cool in the classroom. So it is not peaceful like the earlier sentence. It may be different. When I am talking about the context of class, I expect students should be active in the classroom. They should take participation in discussion. They must ask different questions. But if they do not ask, I say students are cool in the classroom. So the intention is they are passive. They do not talk. They do not take participation in discussion. Then the next sentence, deliberately I have chosen teacher is cool in the classroom. So we cannot say that he is a passive. He has to talk, he has to discuss, he has to ask questions. But when he is a prepared one, then he is always cool in the classroom. Means the context is when he is a cool, when he is well prepared, confident. So confident in the context of the role of teacher is an expectation. Then the last word, the last sentence, she looks cool in her new dress. Means obviously the dress is new. Intention goes towards beauty. So the expectation from meaning perspective is beautiful. The point is here, single word I have used in 5 different sentences for 5 different meanings. And this is a kind of skill. Whatever be the words you have, if you can use all these words in this way, then your vocabulary will be definitely double up or more than that. And this skill is important to be achieved by the learners when we think about vocabulary. Then the next aspect we have to proceed is phrasal verb. Phrasal verb is important. Basically it is a combination of 2 words. But in order to enrich your communication, we have to get command on the use of phrasal verb. I have taken example: call off, give off, put off, wake up, back up, sum up. When I am talking about telephonic conversation, I can say I contacted him or I will contact him. But if I say I will call up you early in the morning or I will call up him early in the morning, so it is effective. So the point is, instead of using single verb, if you use phrasal verb, you can bring preciseness and exactness in your communication. So the use of phrasal verb from this point of view becomes an important one. Give up, don't give up argument in between. So usually I can say don't leave argument in between, but don't give up is effective one. In the same way, put up your points politely. Isn't it? Put up means bring it into discussion. Then wake up early in the morning. So this seems impressive, just like a backup and sum up. The point is here, the use of phrasal verb makes your communication effective one, and while developing vocabulary of language, English language, we have to focus on the collection of phrasal verb as well as the use of phrasal verb. Then the last one, an equally important aspect, is commonly confused word. So when I say commonly confused word, then obviously it is the confusion between 2 words when I use these words in my communication. It may be written or spoken communication. Take an example of the first one, affect and effect. What is the difference? The difference may be from meaning point of view. The difference may be from part of speech point of view. I must be able to point out it. so that I can use these words effectively in my communication. It means I must know affect is a verb and effect is a noun. Take another example. Stationary and stationery means almost pronunciation is same, and if you observe spelling, only there is a difference of one letter. In first one A is used and in second one E is used. When we are talking about stationery as writing and other office material, we use the word stationery. But which is one out of these two? I must know about it. And if I don't know, then there will be confusion and miscommunication. Usually, for stationery as a material, the wrong word is used. And the first word is used, that is stationary. But nary is not writing an official material that we purchase from shop. The meaning of this word is still. In Marathi it is said stabd. And the stationery as you expect material is the second one, that is stationery. Most of the time, learner of English language or speaker of English language commit mistake in these two words. And that must be studied carefully when we are talking about vocabulary. In the same way, I must know the difference between childish and childlike. Totally different in meaning. What is advice and advise? What is difference? So that I will not be confused while using these words. And if you study all these dimensions and aspects that I discussed in the third videos as well as the earlier two videos, then your vocabulary will be useful one and you will not face any difficulty while communicating in English. So vocabulary is a foundation of English communication. So we must give prime importance to the development of vocabulary. And the last one that I want to suggest you, all learners, practice of all these aspects is necessary. Without practice, nothing is possible. We have to work on each and every aspect meticulously. Then and then we can build up our good vocabulary, and obviously your communication will be impressive one, communicative.